This just in, breaking news. Mike, my name is Cameron Osborne. I'm sitting here, Mike Stu Shepard. You're listening, of course, to the Shoot Brothers Wrestling Podcast. This is the only wrestling podcast on in the planet. It's hosted by the two of us. Mike, I just got a text message from a man I never thought I'd hear from again.
Was it Mr. Dirt?
You know him. You're familiar with him.
Yeah.
Folks, you remember AC Dirt. He stands around in low-lit parking garages. He wears a long tan gray trench coat, big rimmed hat. This just in, WWE has reportedly released Scarlett Bordeaux, Frankie Monet, and Ember Moon.
What?
This is the Shoot Brothers Wrestling Podcast. Wow, this might be.
You heard it here first.
This might honestly be a honestly very, very first. Heard it here first.
I mean, we're not live, but we heard it here first. Us,
we are. Well, I mean, there's a chance, if you're listening to the show in 3 hours, by the time it's been, kind of processed all the way through. Mike, that is correct. Wrestle Talk has reported it, and it is going around online right now. Three of these new performers released.
Wait, I'm looking at it now, and I'm seeing some different names from what you just said.
Oh no!
I'm seeing. Well, you might be happy about this one, Nia Jax. But then right next to her is Keith Lee. So I don't know what the hell's going on. This story, we're getting multiple bulletins coming in at once.
I'm seeing Jessie Kamea. I'm seeing Katrina Cortez. I'm seeing B-Fab.
The phones are ringing off the hook.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen.
The newsroom is blowing up.
Oh, my God.
All right, I think I've got a full list here. We got Keith Lee, Mia Yim, Nia Jax, Harry Smith, Grand Metalik, Lindsay Dorado, Frankie Marnet, Scarlett, Ember Moon, One Lorcan, B-Fab, Jessie Kamea, Zeta Ramir, Trey Baxter, Katrina Cortez, Jeet Rama.
Trey Baxter.
Some of these people have been called up and just debuted or haven't even debuted. Or...
Wow, some of these names you just threw out some of these names have were on television just last week. Hell, some of these names I'm sure were on main event. Jesus Christ,
some of these names were just given new names like the Bearcat.
Meow.
We went to all that graphic. We made a new.
Somebody made a graphic for this.
So Mia Yim was drafted twice and never wrestled once on the main roster.
Oh wow! Now that could be a new WWE record.
Yeah, I mean she was there as Reckoning for a bit, but even then,
of course.
But yeah, this list. I mean, Nia Jax, she's been around forever. I mean, those are then a bunch of NXT people, obviously, like Frankie.
Bunch of these NXT people, Frankie Monet, who they premiere or they did that. They had those promo packages for her. Maybe wrestled, I'd say less than 10 times.
Yeah, definitely.
What's the over under on Frankie Monet? Jesus
I'm gonna say
Christ.
7, but B-Fab. I mean, Hit Row just all came up, and
they came, all 4 of them, and we've already ditched the kind of single star tag team women's division. We've already ditched that model. We're no, we're just gonna. Yeah. Wow. Then, Jesus Christ.
I mean, I feel like we haven't seen Karrion Kross in a few weeks, but now we'll never see him with Scarlett.
Now I have heard that he's new gimmick coming soon.
Another one.
Yeah, I know what I heard, because again, AC Dirt met up with him in a parking garage. It was real smoky. He informed me that new Karrion Kross gimmick is almost more Dexter Lumis like. More stoic and creepy instead of gladiator and strong bad boy.
Yeah.
So possibly growing out his hair a little bit, at least to a buzz cut kind of length, not an all the way shaved down. Growing out a bit of a beard. I've seen this guy's beard game. It's pretty good. It's nice and thick. He has a very thick head of hair. He has a kind of like a peak hairline like me, but it's very thick. So I don't know what happened. To him there.
I don't know, but a couple of these guys, I think Keith Lee, Ember Moon, Mia Yim, they could all be all elite bound, maybe.
Yeah,
not
certainly.
Everyone.
Yeah, not everyone, because of course we can't literally take everyone. That would be too much. But certainly, yeah, the Bearcat.
A couple of these, could definitely get.
And this is on the already news of Kyle O'Reilly, Johnny Gargano's contracts ending soon.
Yeah, it's crazy. Kevin Owens.
We need another AEW. We need a second.
AEW needs its own NXT kind of thing.
Yeah, AEW needs an NXT. But like old NXT, not like new NXT. God, I think we have to. With the rumor report swirling, I think that's the best time to kick off the show. Then wow, we're gonna talk about people that no longer work here. Probably. Let's get into the show. Let's talk about let's talk about a brand new Tweet of the Week champion. It's the tweet of the week. It's the tweet of the week.
Twitter was popping off this week.
I mean, it was popping off just right now.
Right now, yeah. I'm sure.
Yeah, but you noticed that the online sphere was popping off. Why is that?
Well, there's always there's always a couple different things. I don't want to steal if it's your tweet, and they'll come up during the show. There's a couple things I'll mention. It
might come up. This week's Tweet of the Week champion actually came something super early on. In the week, to brand new Tweet of the Week champion, 5-time now Tweet of the Week champion at Wyndham 6.
Wyndham Rotunda. New name, got to get used to it. Hey, brand new Tweet of the Week champion. Where on he tweeted just very out, very simple, very simple. And very lets us know what's going on. He says 2 more days. Oh, and when was that tweeted? How many days ago?
Right now it was 6 days ago. Now.
Oh, so nothing happened.
Nothing happened, but whatever was supposed to have happened.
Or maybe it was 2 days before Halloween, and he was excited.
It was not 2 days before Halloween.
Okay.
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 Just for, I don't know. I don't know if there's ever been one dude who's going to let us know something cryptic,
or maybe that was the official end of his 90 days.
Whatever was happening in Bray Wyndham, Wyndham Rotunda's life, it just happened, and God, with Bearcat, Meow, Kyle O'Reilly, Johnny Gargano, Bray Wyatt. Is that too much?
It's a lot, but I don't know. I mean, if they want to, they can definitely bring him in.
Brand new Tweet of the Week champion, Bray Wyatt. Congratulations.
Congrats.
What do we have to call him now? Just, for the records, for the kids at home.
I think Wyndham Rotunda.
Windham. Hammy Wind. Windham. That's how you remember it. Wednesday, Windham.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
I'm sure he'll come up with a new name whenever he debuts.
Whenever he debuts, baby. It's just a matter of time. Let's get into the show. Let's, Twitter land is over. The releases have happened. God, so now we're living, we got to go back, live in the past for a little bit. We all remember the highlight from last week was the most incredibly awkward ending to an episode of SmackDown we've all ever seen. Or was it Raw? Yeah. I can't remember.
No, it was SmackDown.
Wrestling show, period. One of the more awkward endings to a wrestling show ever, period. So let's kick right back up that with some SmackDown. Okay, folks, it's Friday night. It's time for SmackDown Live. It used to be on Tuesday, but then I think it was on Friday before, though. No, wait. We used to film it on a Thursday and then release it. It's just SmackDown Live.
Yeah.
Because we kick. Okay, let's just get into it. Let's kick off. We kick off the show the way that we ended with Charlotte Flair standing in the middle of the fucking ring.
The queen of controversy this past week, it seems.
Yeah. Well, it means she's the queen of professional wrestling, so she deserves it.
Well, I thought that was Zelina Vega, but
oh yeah, you're right.
We'll have to find out.
Sorry, Zelina.
Anyways, Charlotte comes out. She's cutting a promo. I'm back on SmackDown. I've got the belt, so I'm the man. Well, she's not the man. That's Becky, but Sasha Banks comes out. She wants that title back, but then Shotzi comes out, which is unexpected, but I like it. Big step up for her to even, be cutting promos with these two. She just tells Charlotte, I'm somebody you've never faced, so let's do it. The crowd actually starts a Shotzi chant, considering, they barely even know who this person is if you've never watched NXT. But, yeah, Charlotte says, okay, let's do it. And we just jump right into that match. Charlotte, Shotzi.
Charlotte and Shotzi rolls off the tongue very nicely.
Yeah. Not for the title, just one of those championship contenders match, but still, huge opportunity for Shotzi here. And right away, the crowd's just rooting for her and cheering Shotzi, and the woo versus the ow. It's almost like, you spell it backwards.
Woo ow.
But, Wow. But yeah, they have a good match. Not just a squash here. Charlotte's going for all her moves off the top rope. Shotzi hits big Hurricane Rana, gets a couple 2 counts. She's doing pretty good. She's hanging in there until Sasha jumps up on the outside just to try to fuck with Charlotte. But it ends up doing the opposite. Distracts Shotzi. Charlotte nails her, hits the natural selection to get the win. But I thought a great match. Great singles debut for Shotzi here on SmackDown.
Great singles debut. Of course, this would have been the prequel to Halloween Weekend. Shotzi's going to come out. She's going to bark at the moon. That's what she does.
Yeah. She's got her cool hair, tattoos, and the crowd loved her. So, hey, you think, we've got a nice new babyface on our hands, but maybe not.
I like this. Bring somebody up from NXT, open up a match with the champion, have them lose, and that's okay because they're brand new, but then it looked good. So this is a win-win. This is win-win, right, for anybody kind of coming up from NXT, especially now as a solo star. Because Shotzi, who was her fucking partner before? I forget.
Tegan for a couple.
Yes, there you go. See, yeah, and then after it was the artist formerly known as Ember Moon, so she's bounced around a little bit. So new babyface. Who's SmackDown's top babyface now?
I think it's going to be Sasha.
Okay. Yeah, you think so? Yeah, okay.
Well, because after this, Sasha goes to help up Shotzi, but then Shotzi shoves her down and just yells at her. Says, I could have been champ. It's your fault. And it kind of was. But, she just beats the shit out of Sasha. So, seems like a very quick heel turn for Shotzi, which, I don't know. The crowd was rooting for her, and they already turned on her. So, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they'll give her the old, Vince sees somebody with green hair and wants to give him a crazy gimmick. She's crazy.
Probably like tattoos. No woman with tattoos can be.
Woman with tattoos must be crazy.
Yeah.
Exactly, right? Or give her, for her Shotzi and Lita, same person. As far as he's concerned.
Yeah. Adam Pearce makes an announcement that he is fining Brock Lesnar $1 million for his actions, which
in kayfabe, even in kayfabe money, is huge.
Yeah, that's outrageous. So this,
that's
and
probably
the way he seems to be turning a bit heel here. He's pulling the old Mr. McMahon card out, in a feud with Brock, I think.
And in $1 million kayfabe dollars, that's enough to make you go kayfabe bankrupt.
Well, maybe not Brock, but
maybe not Brock, but
either way, it's a lot. When you only work twice a year, that's a big part of your paycheck. $1 million.
$1 million, yeah.
Yeah. But then Drew McIntyre comes out because he's in an ass-kicking mood. And he invites anyone out to come face him. Mustafa Ali answers the call. So, Ali gets a few moves in, but Drew makes pretty short work. Ends the match by submission, of all things, with a Kimura lock. Very surprising to see from Mr. McIntyre.
I was trying to think about myself. What even would his submission even be called?
Yeah,
can't even think of a name.
That's a Brock Lesnar move, so maybe they're planting the seeds. He beat him for the title, and they never really talked since.
McIntyre Lesnar too.
Yeah, maybe that could be a Royal Rumble match or something. King Woods comes out for the knighting of Kofi Kingston, and it's just your typical New Day silliness. Kofi goes on his knee. Xavier does the old tap the shoulders, knighting him, and gives him a royal pin, and then not a pinfall, the pin you put on your shirt. But the Usos interrupt. They insult the New Day. They argue, and they'll fight later.
They'll fight later because we know it works. I think before, there was one of those. He's filming around backstage. He's walking around. Everyone's applauding him. He's shaking hands. He's kissing babies. Walked right past B-Fab. I just have to say.
Oh, yeah. Her last appearance ever.
Her last appearance in WWE was
she complimented
laughing.
Like,
yeah,
woo!
Xavier Woods, he's like, ha ha ha. And they're all like, ha ha ha.
Yeah, like, wow, welcome to the kingdom.
Something like that.
Then we got Rick Boogs and Shinsuke Nakamura taking on Happy and Madcap.
Hapcap? Mad P?
Mad Hap?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll get
Mappy.
there.
Trick or street fight.
Mappy. I like that.
So we got a trick or street fight. You know the deal. Lots of pumpkins, Halloween themes, stuff all around. Reggie and the gag will run out, but anyways, enough of that. There was a barrel of apples someone gets dunked into, comes up bobbing an apple.
No, because of course, remember, it's Halloween, folks.
Yeah. Well, that's not a COVID-friendly game to be playing.
No, not anymore. Unless it's like boiling hot. Unless it's like not. You're bobbing for apples in like hydrogen peroxide.
Yeah. We got some Halloween-themed kendo sticks. Orange sticks. And then Boogs starts smashing pumpkins over everyone. As McAfee goes nuts. He loved that.
He loved that bit. Yeah, he was really getting into it today.
Yeah. But I think, Nakamura gets a pumpkin shoved on his head. He can't see. Boogs gains control, but then these two cloaked figures show up, hit him with kendo sticks. So Moss hit Boogs with a neck breaker onto a pumpkin, gets the win. And then these two ghouls remove their masks, and it's Humberto and Angel Garza. For whatever reason. Yeah.
For whatever reason. Yeah, this really didn't make a lot of sense, especially considering that we're probably going to Nakamura Corbin for that actual championship, right?
I guess so, yeah.
We'd have to, I think, with this. I don't know why this
it's like
made
a tag
sense
team
at all.
feud, but yeah, they're not a tag.
And I don't know where Otis is, but I feel like he would have been great. Him and Chad Gable would have
on Raw now.
Damn it! You never know.
Oh well. Let's move along because we got Naomi taking on Shayna Baszler. But when they get in the ring, there's no referee. So Sonya Deville comes out and says, looks like there's an issue. The ref was supposed to work. He got injured by Brock last week, so I'll be the replacement. So she tosses on a ref shirt, rings the bell, and Naomi's doing well. She hits a big move, goes to pin Shayna. But Sonya's just like super slow, not even counting. And Baszler rolls up Naomi, and then Sonya just does 1, 2, 3, fast count, gives Baszler the cheap win. So this feud's continuing. Naomi's just pissed, and eventually gives him the old Mike Tyson, the old Tyson. Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
So 1-on-1, they'll have to do it soon, right?
Mm-hmm. This has been great. Yeah, whenever she does open that can of whoop ass, if I may, the crowd's gonna go nuts.
Yeah,
everyone's gonna go nuts. Yeah, has been building a lot for it, even before Sonya was even getting on, in the ring alongside Naomi there. Just starting from everything from those little backstage glances, those little fuck off looks at the corner of your eye, all the way to now. Yeah, this is huge.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to have a feud that, has nothing to do with the title. Just two women.
Well, because usually it's just all 3 championships and 4 people arguing over them.
Yeah.
This is nice. Wait, who are the women's champs right now? Tag champs?
Rhea and Nikki.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, we barely. Yeah. As usual, we barely see it. But let's go to the main event of this show. The Usos take on the New Day. Non-title match, but we've seen these two teams put on many classics, but don't really get enough time to do that here. Under 10 minutes, even though it was still good, but eventually the Usos look for their splash, but Xavier stops them, tags in, rolls up Jimmy to get the win. So surely now you got to give the New Day their tag title shot.
Does that mean a shot? A king with a belt?
Why not?
I don't know. I don't know royalty.
Rich King. I don't know. Why not? But one thing of note, we did not see a single glimpse of Roman Reigns on this show.
For the first time in like a long time. No him, no Heyman explaining his absence.
Yeah. So, I guess everyone needs a break now and then.
Because he did Saudi and then right back on TV the next day, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think, give him a week off.
Exactly.
Give him a week. He can he can fight Drew in a few months. We got time. But Survivor Series, right? We're still doing the brand versus brand, and if Roman Reigns and Big E is the match we end up getting, that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They got to start hyping it up soon. It's in a matter of weeks. So
Is it the weekend of Full Gear or the weekend after?
no, I think it's the week after.
Oh, okay, so November 19th or
20,
something like that. Cool.
Something
like that. That was a pretty good. That wasn't that good of an episode of SmackDown. The Shotzi stuff was the best part. Anytime anyone can come to the main roster and crush it, that's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Let's move cross brand then, shall we? Hey, because it's 10 p.m. So let's just flip over channels to some AEW Rampage. We have this tournament going on, right? We have a championship contender tournament culminating at Full Gear next weekend. So we kind of only have a few more shows to solidify all the stuff going on. We open up with one of those championship matches. We have Bryan Danielson taking on Eddie Kingston, the Mad King. Bless you.
Okay. Just the one.
Just the one.
Yes.
Just the one. Well, sometimes you could be but are you a double sneezer, but you're just having an off night?
Yeah, that's it. But these two are not having an off night. Bryan Danielson, Eddie Kingston, like you said, semi-final match here. Crowd just loves both these guys, cheering for everyone throughout the whole match. They actually chanted both these guys.
Yeah, I would have been right there with him, quite frankly.
Yeah, I mean, just hard hitting, tons of stiff chops, kicks, strikes. Seems like every match, Bryan just wants to turn his chest as red as possible.
Excuse me, sir. What would you like for dinner tonight?
Just 1,000 chops. Please.
Ground beef.
Yeah. At one point, Eddie, he starts to fight a little bit dirty. You know, he pokes Bryan in the eyes and hits a big Saito suplex on the floor. But then Bryan one-ups him with a huge back suplex off the top rope. So both guys just beating the hell out of each other. Kingston, he hits Bryan with a stiff spinning back fist, goes to cover, but then Bryan catches him in a triangle sleeper hold. He just hammers elbows down into Eddie's head. Eddie starts to pass out, but he sticks up the middle finger in defiance as he fades away. But, he goes out cold. Bryan Danielson wins. He's going to the finals at Full Gear.
Finals at Full Gear. Of course, Daniel Bryan was going to be on the first pay-per-view that he was a part of AEW. You knew it was coming, folks. And he's Bryan Danielson. He's just been a machine these past 2 months. He has taken on everyone in a variety of styles of matches. No one match feels the same than the other one.
Well, I mean, he's finished every match with a different move.
Finishing every match with a different move, and both these guys, I gotta say, probably, whenever to whenever, maybe even just like the past year, both of these guys have had two of the best years in like professional wrestling history. Right? I mean, Daniel Bryanson coming from a Mania main event to 4.5-star match this, IC championship that, and now his AEW run, and Eddie Kingston going from the indiest of indie scenes to main eventing against Jon Moxley. These two dudes, right? Just these two motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was excellent match. Awesome stuff. Bryan chest fucked up as usual.
3 minutes in. It's destroyed.
Afterwards, I think Jon Moxley came out after and said this was his favorite match he's ever seen.
Ooh.
Which, I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but it was very good. And I mean, he's good friends with Eddie, so maybe he's...
And probably BD.
Yeah. Backstage, Tony is interviewing CM Punk when we hear Eddie Kingston freaking out after he coming back through the curtain, screaming, "I didn't tap out!" And then he sees Punk, and, he walks up, just gets right in Punk's face, smacks the mic away. They got to be pulled apart. So, we just got this feud kickstarted out of nowhere.
This was a backstage pre-tape, and you could tell because Eddie Kingston started swearing way too much. This
they
whole
had to bleep a lot of
promo
it.
had bleeps all over the place, which was my favorite part. I was like, oh shit, like it's actually, they were rather like, no, let's not censor you and let's censor the video instead. That is more authentic. Even Ruby Riott was in the middle there trying to separate the two, and even she had a look on her face like, holy shit, you want this guy dead.
Yeah. So, hey, good. It did its job. Built some heat for that.
Yeah, a lot of heat. We'll hear more about that on Dynamite.
Yeah. Then we got Matt Sydal taking on Dante Martin, who just these past few months been on a pretty good roll here. Just
huge role, almost making me forget that these guys kicked off
in a tag
as
team.
a top flight with his brother Darius Martin. I had to look on the AEW roster to be like, what was that guy?
Yeah, he's definitely pulling away. He could be, he could be the fifth pillar of these young guys in the company.
Bold statement.
I mean, one of many, mind you. He's, but yeah, just a good, fast-paced match here. Dante, at one point, he does this crazy move where he's like holding onto the ropes and turns himself inside out. And, I don't know, grabs Sydal with his legs. Just some weird, good shit.
Good shit.
But yeah. The whole thing ends with the spectacular double springboard moonsault where he jumps from the top of one rope to the other, hits the moonsault, and that gives Martin the win as he celebrates with manager Leo Rush.
Leo Rush, who we haven't seen yet since re-premiering.
Not wrestle at least.
Yeah, we haven't seen him wrestle because he was the all-out wild card Joker, and then he swiftly retired, and then he was just like, hey, I'm coming back.
Yeah, it was weird.
Okay, I get it. But him not kind of interfering into Matt Sydal's, Dante Martin's win. That's a good sign, right?
Yeah, nice and clean. Yeah. Dante Martin, though, I feel bad. Is Darius hurt, or has he just been left in the dirt?
I have no idea. Yeah, no, I've not heard a single thing.
Yeah. Oh well. Let's go to the main event. We got Britt Baker taking on Abaddon in a trick-or-treat match. No DQ. They didn't want to steal the trick-or-treat fight. That's WWE's thing.
That's been their thing for years.
Yeah, more or less the same deal. But if Abaddon wins here, she gets a shot at the title. And the pre-interview was pretty great. I mean, Mark Henry always does a good job, but this one was just funny. He asks Abaddon a question, and then she just opens her mouth. Big puddle of blood comes out. He's like, all right, then, let's move on.
yeah, that might have been the best thing from the whole show, just that pre-match interview.
Yeah, but I got to give it to Abaddon, man. She does look freaky.
And he sold it. He no-sold that with like this deadpan.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But she's in tough because Baker's got Rebel, Jamie Hayter at her side, dressed up as zombies, I think. But Abaddon, she must be killing it on Dark because she's on a 16-match win streak here, and she's only lost one match in all of 2021.
Wow.
So, yeah, they got good things going for her. But, fun match. Baker's just all freaked out, and, I don't blame her. If you were like a 6-year-old and you walked in the room, you're like, what the fuck are you watching?
Well, that's why, it's probably 10:45 at this point, right? The kids have gone to bed.
That's true. Yeah. Anyways, we get the weaponry, we get the chairs, the table. Britt Baker, she goes for this big swinging neck breaker to Abaddon off the apron onto the table, but it doesn't break. They just
These
bounce
AEW
off.
tables have not broken before.
No, they start shooting. They go into business for themselves and try to get over. But yeah, so it doesn't break. So Britt picks up Abaddon, suplexes her onto the table, but it still doesn't break.
And two in a row.
Yeah. So we're like, fuck this. Let's move on.
Like, did they pick the one
Abaddon.
table that wasn't supposed to break?
Maybe they just need to order a different one for the women.
Something's
Wait,
happening there.
But Abaddon recovers. She pulls out the old velvet bag, and we know what's inside. Thumbtacks. So pours out thousands of tacks all over the mat, and then Abaddon hits a rock bottom, or manhandle slam, if you will, right onto the tacks. So Britt's covered, but she kicks out of there, and she's got the pins all stuck in her, but then Britt's teammates, they hand her a chair. She wraps it around Abaddon's head, and then hits a vicious curb stomp. Britt puts the gloves on, Abaddon rises up like a demon, so Britt hits a super kick and then grabs a handful of tacks, pours them into Abaddon's mouth, and then super kicks her in the face. And then she goes to finish her off with the lockjaw, but Abaddon just bites her hand, which is all legal, remember.
All legal, no DQ.
So bites her hand, and that's when Jamie Hayter and Rebel jump in to help Abaddon. I think she bites one of them on the neck, or I don't know.
Yeah, I think she bites Rebel.
Yeah, bites Rebel, so Rebel might transform now. She freaks out, and then Baker is able to roll Abaddon into the tacks and hold her down, get the 3 count.
Into the tacks, applying that additional leverage.
Yeah.
Onto Abaddon's such an odd character that it's just a weird one. Like, how do you use it? I guess you just
she's cool. She does it really well, but you don't want her to be the face of your
crowd. Clearly loves her.
Yeah.
The crowd was behind both these people. But it's hopefully it's not the last time we see her in the title scene. She is on a 16 win streak. She's 22-2 here in AEW. That's a fantastic ratio.
Yeah, I mean, she's got to be. I mean, maybe when the TBS title comes around, she could be in the mix for that.
Yeah, they have a title kind of bracket going on right now too.
Yeah, I don't think she's in it, but
yeah, okay.
I don't know. Maybe yeah. Oh well. Either way, fun episode of Rampage. You had 3 pretty good matches. I think wrestling-wise, this might have been one of the best episodes of Rampage. Just 3 great matches.
Yeah, it wasn't. Sometimes there's like additional CM Punk fluff that didn't exist. There wasn't 6 minutes for CM Punk just to have his name being chanted. It was just kind of like bang, bang,
just
bang.
Like a 30 second. Yeah. I thought this was a really smooth 1 hour Rampage.
Yeah, I think Rampage, they figured it out. That's how you do a wrestling show. Just 1 hour wrestling.
Exactly. Put a big match first, big match last, and then the one in the middle you can trim the fat if you need.
It's like writing a 5-paragraph essay. Right. Put your introduction. You write your strongest paragraph, your weakest, or like your strongest argument, your weakest argument, and then your middle argument.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a wrestling formula, baby. That was fantastic. Let's move on through Halloween weekend, All Hallows Eve. Mike, did you dress up?
No.
No. Did anyone come to the house? But I know your niece likes to come to the house. She gets dressed up.
Yeah, she was actually a pirate.
A pirate? Like, so we're talking, we're talking eye patch. We're talking fake mustache.
Yeah, big hat.
Striped. Are we talking parrot on the shoulder?
My other niece was the parrot. Oh. She's like 3 months old, so they just put a little parrot thing on.
Jesus, yeah, and a little.
That was her idea. She's like, I'm the pirate, and Violet's gonna be my parrot.
Well, there you go. There you go. I mean,
yeah. But no, we had like 30 kids stop by trick or treating at my house.
Not
so
many.
a lot more than last year.
Well,
but not many. Yeah. Back in the day, it would be like 100.
Back in the day, when that neighborhood was all just us, and we were a bunch of fresh-faced youngsters. But we've moved past Halloween. It's November 1st. It's time to pay your rent and get serious, because it's time to address some issues to do with Monday Night Raw.
Let's get raw. Let's get raw.
Specifically, starting off, just the way fucking SmackDown ended, apparently. Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch is out here. Seemingly not getting the hate from the whole belt tossing incident, Beltgate, as we might be able to call it.
I think. Yeah, no, she came out. She didn't really get any negativity from it. But she's Becky Lynch. She's the man. She's here. And we're just kicking things right off with a Raw Women's Championship match.
Wow.
You got Becky defending against Bianca Belair. So, yeah, we're getting some good stuff here. You had Becky just healing it up, trying to sway the crowd, cheer for Bianca. And Belair just using that strength. Hits a big, stalling vertical suplex on the floor. And, easily just pressing Becky above her head. All the stuff she's doing. But then Becky, she fights back. She hits the manhandle slam. But Belair is able to get a foot on the rope to break the pin. And then Bianca, she hits the glam slam for a big 2 count. She picks Becky up for the KOD, but Becky grabs onto the turnbuckle, rips the padding off, and then she shoves Bianca into the exposed steel, rolls her up while grabbing the tights, so she gets the cheap 3 count to retain her title. But hey, they gave us a finish, and it was a pretty good match.
It was a fantastic match. This was when was the last time Raw opened with the 20-minute women's match that everyone loved? This shit just doesn't happen. Like, even just like the booking order, you're like, wow, yeah, great, fun. Even that was enough. Certainly, there's not a single complaint you could ever have from this. It was a lot of fun, and Bianca Belair is still in the mix, I think.
Yeah, I think she's right now. She's my top contender for the Women's Rumble. She could go back to
back.
Yeah, never been done on the women's side
in all 3 years.
Never been done. But let's move along because this next match has never been done either. Rey Mysterio taking on Austin Theory. But Theory, he's starting to steal Randy Orton's gimmick. He's the legend killer. He's just going against all these older guys. But, I guess it's a good way to start. But
it worked for Randy.
Yeah. So you got Dominic at ringside, and Theory's talking trash to him. So Dom tries to help his dad out. He punches Theory in the face just as Ray hits the 619. Makes the cover, but the ref says, no, that's a DQ because of your son. So Theory continues his winning ways, and Dom and Ray continue to have these issues. Family troubles.
Family drama.
Matters.
Family matters. Family drama.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, Dom really just stole all of his father's finishing moves, too. There's going to come a time where he's like, son, you don't even have your own maneuvers.
Yeah. And he's like, well, I took them from you. Now it's time to take your mask. And
yeah, exactly. Something like that. Like, I don't even know what my father looks like. Something like that. Or you're too busy being Rey Mysterio, the lucha, and not Rey Mysterio, the father. Something like that.
Yeah.
I'm sending in my script after we stop recording this podcast, actually. I'm just going to send my script straight to Vince.
Here's mine. Dominic, He says, how could I look up to you, Dad, when I'm a whole foot taller?
How can I look up to you when I need to look down to meet your eyes?
I have to look down just to see you. Anyways, let's move on.
Okay. Wait, I think Ultimate, before we move on, Ultimate would be something along the lines of, sometimes I wish Uncle Eddie was my father.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one. Should have been you instead of Eddie, Dad.
Yeah, something like that.
Something
my
like
God.
that.
That would be good. That would move the needle. That would move the needle.
Well, then we get Seth Rollins coming out to cut a promo because he won that number 1 contendership ladder match last week, and he's rubbing it in. So Big E comes out and says, yeah, what's up? I got the belt. Do you want it? Let's do this here tonight. And the crowd says, yeah, but Rollins says, whoa, slow it down. No way. I just had that ladder match last week and a Hell in a Cell day before that. So we'll do this when I'm ready. But then Kevin Owens comes out and says, all right, you want to fight, Big E? I'll fight you tonight. And Big says, all right, we're on. So that'll be your main event for Raw.
Main events?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we get the Forgotten Champions, Nikki Ash, Rhea Ripley, taking on Carmella and Queen Zelina, who I thought they were feuding a little while back, but I guess they're friends now.
Heels? They're heels?
They're heels.
Heels are friends.
Carmella still putting that stupid mask on. And nothing really too special here. Zelina and Carmella working pretty well together, though, but it allows Vega to eventually hit her code red, pin Nikki, get the 3. So a non-title match, but hey, Zelina and Carmella, they might just get a shot.
So when do we think?
When
do we think Nikki Ash and Rhea Ripley won these championships? When do we think?
They beat Tamina and Natalya. I'm gonna say in September. The end of September.
You're going to say the end of September, Mike. What we were actually looking for was Yeah, the end of September, September 20th. That was pretty good. 44 days now. I would have either guessed like 10 or 100. I have no conception about whatever the hell is going on here. As Rhea Ripley has a belt, and but we're still doing this weird gimmick, and then we get rid of Karrion Kross. So then we go, can we get Nikki Cross? I don't know. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I really don't know.
Thank you.
But then we got a promo for Veer Mahan, as he's now called, coming soon to Raw.
Coming soon to Raw.
Yeah. So he's jumped past even Jinder now. He's gained a last name.
Instead of what happened to Shanky?
I don't know.
Oh no!
Shanky
I hope Shanky's not left in the dust.
Well, he might be.
Oh no, not Shanky. He was so lanky.
Well, that's okay, because we got Finn Balor taking on Chad Gable, two premier athletes here, just some good old wrestling. And I mean, Gable, anytime you give him a chance, he's going to look good. Just hitting picture-perfect suplexes, beautiful moonsault, reminiscent of Kurt Angle. He even hits a superplex off the top rope, but when they land, Finn is able to lock up his legs, and he's the one who pins Gable. So Balor gets the 3.
That doesn't happen. That probably doesn't happen too often. What was Chad Gable's nickname?
Shorty G.
There it is, Shorty G. I don't even think have we put Chad back in the front, or is it just Gable?
I think it's Chad Gable.
Yeah, he at least got the Chad back.
I'm not completely sure though.
Oh, okay, good. Thank God.
Then we go to Street Profits taking on Dolph Ziggler, Robert Roode. The RK Bro come out to watch and do some commentary, and yeah, it was okay. Once again, Montez Ford, he's the standout, just running around, hitting big flips, dives over the ring post to the floor. He's in control when Omos, his music hits. He comes out, distracts Ford, which allows Ziggler to hit a super kick and get the win.
Steal the win, I'd say.
Yeah, and Omos just beats everyone up after.
Beats everyone up. This was probably like a 10-minute match, I'd say. Too much Riddle on commentary. I figured out that maybe like the 7.5-minute mark was when I was like, okay, I just need a break now. I hit that point. I found it.
Yeah,
I've been looking for it.
Well, we got some no DQ action coming up. Damian Priest takes on T-Bar. And right off the bat, this was probably the best match T-Bar's ever had on the main roster. This was Dominic.
100%. This was.
Yeah, this was looking like Dijakovic NXT stuff.
It really was. Yeah, similar gear also. Stepping away from the long pants like he was as T-Bar. Can we just give him his fucking name back?
Yeah, we're almost there. Hopefully this is the last step. But yeah, I mean, wasn't a squash. He got a lot of moves in, a big top rope choke slam into a backbreaker. And then, we said it's no DQ, so we get the kendo stick, and he ties Priest up in the ropes and just wails on him. Stiff shots, breaks the stick over him. But then Priest gets his turn. He grabs a chair, and he hits some stiff chair shots to T-Bar. These looked angry. He was giving him some payback.
And this is a bit of a new Damian Priest. We said that last week. He had a new theme.
Yeah, they were trying.
He has new guy liner.
And he would channel his inner demon, Damien. He's like, I'm Damien when I'm angry, but I'm Priest when I'm good.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh.
We'll see. Oh. But anyways, he picks up T-Bar, choke slams him off the apron through a table, big bump. And then he picks up the lifeless T-Bar, hits the Reckoning, gets the win. But real good stuff there. Hopefully we can get more of this from T-Bar. Just let him have matches, and he'll show you he can do.
Yeah, give him the name back, which is a great start. And then, this Damian Priest just keeps winning. Like we've said, we feel like we talk about this every single week, how his fucking win streak is huge right now. Or his wins in X amount of matches are just fucking huge.
Yeah, I mean, he's still got that U.S. title, Afterwards, Apollo
Was
Crews
this
comes out with disease.
was this good enough for Dijakovic to? And that's what I'm calling him from now on. Was this good enough for Dijakovic to maybe earn a title shot in the future?
Maybe, or at
Okay.
least earn more TV time.
At least
to
earn
wrestle.
more TV time.
We go backstage where Becky Lynch is being interviewed when Liv Morgan walks up to her. Gets a nice big pop from the crowd. So that could be a little teaser there of a future match.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, they always give Liv these little teases and then do nothing. So it's not that optimistic, but we'll see.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm never optimistic about Monday Night Raw. I don't think.
Yeah. But let's go to this main event. Kevin Owens takes on Big E. Solid match. Crowd's cheering for both guys, and things are going well. But then Seth Rollins comes out to watch. And things just start getting stiff in the ring, and Owens hits a heavy swanton bomb. Looked like he landed with all his weight right on Big E. Big
And that's a lot of meat on top, like slapping on a lot more.
A lot
meat.
of Canadian bacon there.
Had some Canadian bacon.
But later on, Seth Rollins decides to get involved behind the ref's back. He punches Big E in the face. And then Owens goes to make the cover, but Big E reverses with a crucifix pin, gets a 3 count. But afterwards, Big E is pissed off, thinking that Owens and Rollins working together. He's like, he hits me, and then you go for the pin. I see what it's up. But Owens is apologizing. He's like, no, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Yeah, but Big E's just not having it. He ends up picking up Owens, hits him with the big ending. Big E stands tall.
Just meaty men slapping meaty men.
Yeah.
You know, that's all Big E wants. I think that's all Big E wants out of his WWE career. And matches like this are helping him live that dream. He just wants to out big the biggest other guy. That he can. This ended up being a great episode of Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, I mean, all the matches were pretty good.
It was
Nothing
pretty
really-
much, top down. That women's tag was a bit meh, but everything else was great. That was honestly my biggest takeaway from this week of professional wrestling. Wasn't that, the likes of Scarlett and Eva Marie are let go. No. It's that
Eva Marie's in
Monday
there
Night
too
Raw
now?
was good.
Yeah, and it was.
Yeah. Well, that's
And
all.
that was it?
Yeah, that was Monday Night Raw. That was a lot of fun. Let's take a break.
All right.
We're going to take a break
break.
because we're going to come back because, of course, hey, NXT 2.0 keeps rolling on. Toxic Attraction. They got to make a statement. And then, of course, Full Gear is a few weeks away. And I'm sure Dynamite is going to tell us what's happening.
Yeah, so we'll be right back.
Let's shoot, yeah, let's shoot, yeah, let's shoot, brother, yeah, let's shoot, yeah, let's shoot, yeah, let's shoot, brother, yeah.
Back here, part 2 of the Shoot Brothers. Hey, Puck Talk. We just got off of a great off-air Puck Talk. Go Leafs go. We're pretty much all you got to say, right? That's surmise, kind of what's going on.
Usually.
Okay, great. Just go Leafs.
most
Just
part.
go Leafs go as a broad
Yeah.
and general. Let's get into the week's positivity. Let's get into the week's wrestling, because we are coming hot off the heels of this year's edition of the Halloween Havoc. So let's just kick into NXT 2.0.
NXT, what does it mean? I don't know, but it's some good wrestling. So NXT, watch and see. Gotta tap out a count out of 1, 2, 3. So
Some new champions, some old champions, and some.
And
Part
there's no
was the
middle.
third. We need a third. There's no middle. There's no middle. That's right. We kick off this week's episode of NXT. Mandy Rose herself, our brand new NXT Women's Champion, comes down. Of course, we celebrate the victory of the rest of her stable, Toxic Attraction, Gigi Dolan, JC Jane, who seems to be okay after taking that terrible looking bump.
Yeah,
A little
she
while
bounced back.
She bounced back pretty quick.
But Mandy Rose getting a pretty positive reaction from the crowd here. They even chanted, "You deserve it." But, she's still playing heel. She says, "I know. I don't need your approval." And then she says, "I'm the baddest bitch in this whole goddamn company." and they actually had to censor the goddamn part. You can say damn, but you can't.
You can't say goddamn. Like you can say ass, but you can't say asshole. See, it all makes sense.
So yeah, she puts over all of Toxic Attraction. You know, everybody won at Halloween Havoc. So Io Shirai comes out. She wants to fight. Everybody brawls. Gigi, JC come out, but then Kate Carter, Casey Catanzaro come out to help Io. So they all fight, but it does not lead to a 6-person tag. Believe it or not.
Wow. Well, if this was the main roster, this would be leading to a 6-person tag now or a 6-person tag at the end of the show.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's not the case. That's totally not the case.
No, we just jump right along to some other women's action. Dakota Kai taking on Cora Jade, the little skateboarder, but
the Disney Darby Allin.
Yeah, this was pretty sloppy. It seemed. Cora Jade, I think she's still pretty green. Big rookie. Jade, that's green, right? The color green
is
Jade
that
emerald? I don't know. Anyways, doesn't matter. Dakota Kai makes quick work of her, hits a big pump kick in the corner to get the merciful victory.
Yeah, like you just said, pretty green.
Yeah, but she's young. Like I think she's like 20, 22, something like that. So got a lot.
I think she got a win over Frankie Monet a few weeks ago. Might have been the highlight of her career so far.
After that, we had Zion Quinn taking on Robert Stone, who's just Stone is just whining. He starts dancing around. So Quinn's like, I can do better. And he starts singing and dancing to Shawn Michaels' theme song. The crowd's singing along. They're having a good time. Robert Stone doesn't like it, though. He attacks Quinn. But then Quinn just starts, like, countering all his moves into, like, tango dancing. He starts dipping him. He's the new Fandango now? I don't know what's going on.
He's the new ladies' man. We heard him, Mike. He was singing Sexy Boy.
Yeah, but he was singing it to Robert Stone, wasn't he? I guess he was singing it to the crowd. I don't know what he was doing. He was dancing with Robert Stone. The whole thing was kind of weird.
Kinda.
I mean, I don't know Zion Quinn. You got a weird name. yeah, it was pretty bad.
This was bad.
So Stone slaps him, and then Quinn just launches him across the ring, beats the shit out of him, and hits a jackhammer. So stealing a little Goldberg there to get the win.
This was just bad. One of those embarrassing bad.
It was bad. Yeah, it was bad.
Doesn't help anything. What was the point of it?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell.
What was the point?
Yeah.
I can't. What was the point?
I'm surprised Robert Stone's still here.
And, like, it was a 47-second match, okay? If it was, like, a 10-minute match, I'd be like, yeah, they had to fill time. There was no time that had to be filled.
I guess they just want to establish Zion as this dancing, singing fella.
Great.
I don't know.
Great. A classic. That's a gimmick that we've missed. Guy who sings and dances.
Kyle O'Reilly teaming up with Von Wagner to take on Legado del Fantasma. Nothing special. You had Elektra Lopez causing some shit on the outside, but eventually Wagner, he's the one that gets rolled up and gets pinned, so Legado wins.
Legado wins. Have we seen... I feel like it's been a while since we've seen Escobar, since we've seen the leader of the pack.
Yeah, I don't know what he's up to.
Am I right? Because there's a couple... Now that we've sort of tossed in all of these... There's probably, 7 or 8 matches on the card. There's a few... This one might have been the longest match. But we have too many. We have so many of these 1.5, 2.5 minute matches. I'm losing the people who I'm trying to keep track of. Where's Kushida? Where's Escobar? What's going on with that? Them. I don't know.
Well, you had Duke Hudson and Cameron Grimes playing poker.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't know. Duke Hudson, that's his gimmick. He's a poker player for whatever reason.
Classic gimmick, gambling addict. Classic gimmick.
And Grimes, he's got all the money, so he's like, yeah, I'll beat you. Woohoo! That's about it.
Love Cameron Grimes, though. Did we get at all any Diamond Mind related things?
Not this week, I don't think.
Yeah, and then because I'm asking myself the same thing. Yeah, where's Roddy? He still holds that Cruiserweight Championship, I believe.
Yeah. I mean, 205 Live is still a show.
205 Live is still a show. Is he even on it?
I don't know.
Do you think Roderick Strong has ever been on an episode of 205 Live?
I have no idea.
Wow. Does the Cruiserweight champion have to perform on 205 Live? Is that how that works?
You definitely don't have to be 205 to perform on it anymore.
Oh, no. Have they bumped it up?
I'm pretty sure Odyssey Jones and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So
I
think it's just like, it's just like the main event of NXT now. The show main event.
Yeah. I got it.
Yeah. But Andre Chase comes out to cut a promo, and I don't care much about him, but he's got a section in the crowd that likes him. This whole student section.
Yeah, he's got his own little thing going on up there. I don't get it. But it's like he has a little banner hanging there too.
Yeah,
kind of.
He's got something.
Going
for him, but
Chase U.
He issues. Yeah, Chase U. He's got the sweater, but he issues an open challenge here, which is answered by Braun Breaker. And just a quick, dominant win for Breaker, just beating him around. Hits that gorilla press slam, and afterwards cuts a nice little promo. Gets a good reaction.
And yeah, he's getting a great reaction thus far. And now that we know that there is some internal conflict between that girl's parents and making people boo and cheer for people, it is hard. It might be hard to trust some of these reactions, but I'm trusting these Braun Breaker reactions. People are stoked, and I saw a little YouTube comp, or I don't know, whatever kind of comp. I guess it was just him and his dad. Is it his dad or his uncle?
His dad's Rick, his uncle's Scott.
Okay, so I guess it was just him and whichever.
Scott's the one that's a better talker.
Okay, so I guess then him and Rick. It was just like him doing his dad's moves. That's all it was. That's all it was. But
yeah,
it's kind of
the Steiners, they were great in their time.
Pull from that repertoire, and you're totally allowed.
Yeah. Remember I sent you that clip a few weeks ago of the Steiner screwdriver?
Oh, yeah.
The craziest moves ever.
I popped for that. I was like, wow, I love this. So yeah, we wanted to see Brian Cage pull that out on somebody, right?
Yeah, he does like a 3/4 of a version of that.
Yeah.
Pretty close. But then after this, we get the official in-ring debut of Solo Sikoa taking on Jeet Rama. And just a quick, easy squash win. The Samoan's going to win. That's what they're doing. So he even does the big Uso splash, just like his Uso brethren.
So he's more Uso, less Reigns. But either way, doesn't have the same last name as either. Couldn't they have given him like the same last name and then just been like, hey, he's also like we have the same our dads are brothers, he doesn't have to have a last name. I have many cousins who I also have the last name with.
Yeah, they can figure it out.
Because then it's just confusing, right? It's like 3 last names in the same family. Really? What's happening here? How many dads are there? Who's adopted? Now it's just like kayfabe questions. And that's what we're trying to avoid.
Well, it'll probably be a while before we see him.
Oh, no, it's going to be next week.
On the main roster. No. Next week? Oh.
No,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, after this, we had Boa taking on Grayson Waller. And Boa just gets a much-needed win here after hitting a big kick to the head. And then afterwards, we see this video of Boa, and he's now got the Mei Ying face paint on. He's wearing it himself, and he blows some smoke at the camera.
So I guess we've given up on Tian Sha or Mei Ying.
I don't know. Yeah, the whole group's kind of imploded. We still haven't seen Xia Li.
And what happened at LA Knight? See, everyone's getting lost right now. Everyone's in this fucking gray zone where I don't know where anybody is or what they're supposed to be doing, but Braun Breaker's been on TV every week. That's all I know. I'm just so confused with this NXT brand.
Well, it happens. Like, we haven't seen Abaddon in months, and then she has this big match, and we probably won't see her again for months.
That's a good point. But some of the guys who are missing for these long periods of time, the LA Knight, the Cameron Grimes in ring, the Roddy Strong, Kushida, these are big players.
I feel like we saw Knight do commentary or something. He talked about being Dracula last week. I don't know.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. It wasn't anything important.
Exactly. Meaningful. We need meaningful.
The champ, Tommaso Ciampa, comes out after this, cuts a promo, he defended his title at Halloween Havoc, and how there was a shift, the new NXT era. Except for he stopped Braun Breaker from becoming champ. But, he still earned his respect. And then this is when Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams come out. They get in his face. He knocks Trick down, and he just walks off as Johnny Gargano walks out, and they get a little glimpse at each other. But they're not here to do anything.
But hey, if you need a banger, go to.
Yeah, just a little. Just a little.
A go-to non-title match banger.
But we go to the main event of the show, Johnny Gargano teaming with Dexter Lumis to take on Trick and Mello. And, yeah, it was fine. Everyone's just playing scared of Dexter, and him and Johnny working well together, showing those family bonds. But Carmelo and Trick looking pretty good as well, hitting a bunch of nice tag team moves. Behind the ref back, Trick takes off his shoe, hits Dexter in the head with it, and this allows Carmelo to hit his big top rope famous there, and that gets the win.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, big win for Trick.
Yeah, the Gargano Loomis thing. It feels now that the Way family, the Gargano family, has dissolved. It feels a little less special.
Yeah, I mean they're.
Now it's sort of there was a moment there, I think, where he did the same. Gargano and Loomis did the little crawl on your knuckles gimmick.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah, now it's starting to be like Johnny. He's going to be like the awkward dad hanging around. Like, hey, what are you and Indy up to tonight?
Exactly. Well, especially, I mean, I don't think we didn't see Indy Hartwell this week. She was on the Havoc, involved in that triple threat.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Dexter Lumis, he's kind of, we built up. We had the big wedding, and now he's kind of floating around. He hasn't won any titles yet. So I don't know what the end game is with him.
Yeah, I wonder if this is just kind of the way, and especially with Candice LeRae, being out, and this is the way it all kind of went down, and it's just like, sorry, this is the way it kind of went down. But Johnny Gargano, we'll see you soon in AEW, baby.
I think so. And with that, let's just jump right into that All Elite Wrestling, because we got Dynamite Wednesday night, back where it's supposed to be.
AEW All Elite, they coming for you, Vince. Better watch out. It's too sweet.
And now, just while you're on that subject, we are close. Do you have any idea how close we are to the TBS merger? Channel 47, if you're on if you're on York Region Rogers.
Yeah. I think it's in January.
Okay, so we still have a bit. So like next month, still a bit of time.
Yeah, a little bit of time. Ring in the new year. But Excalibur welcomes us to the show and says we are all wishing Jon Moxley and his family the best because, some news broke over the last couple of days. He's entered rehab facility for alcohol, and it's he's a new father. He's got a young daughter at home, so I'm sure this had to be addressed right here and there. So not
only that, he was in a match this evening. He was in a tournament match this evening.
Yeah, he was scheduled to face Orange Cassidy, so they announced later that in his place it's going to be Miro stepping in. So big match tonight, but obviously everyone's supporting Moxley.
A lot of Moxley signs.
Yeah, putting health and family over anything else, and you got to admire him for that. Mm-hmm. And with that, we jump into the action. Kenny Omega taking on Allen, number 5 Angels, and Angels puts up a good fight here, hanging in there with the champ for a good while. Get a bunch of moves in, crowd's hot, but Kenny cuts him off, hits a huge V-trigger, but Angels kicks out of that. So Kenny ups it a notch. He charges up even more, bounces off the rope, hits an even bigger V-trigger, and that gives him the 3 count.
Didn't even need that one-winged angel. God, that's a thing of beauty when we do see it, though. Like 3 or 4 big V-triggers in a row.
Yeah.
yeah. I think after the match, though, Kenny Omega gets a microphone, cuts a little promo about taking away Alan Angel's career. Goes for a one-winged angel. Don Callis slides in the little chair, goes in for, but before Hangman makes the save.
Yeah, chasing off Kenny.
Chasing off, narrowly missing a buckshot lariat. Will he be able to hit it at Full Gear? Gosh.
Oh, baby. We'll find out in mere 10 days, 11 days, whatever it was.
Yeah. Yeah, the crowd is so huge into Adam Hangman Page right now. It could not happen. Like, you see a crowd's reaction and you're just like, fuck, they're going to lose.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because Kenny's getting so close to that 1 year mark. I think it's like early December or something is a year. And
I know,
in the back of my mind, it's like, fuck, man, like he's going to lose because.
But he's so hot, the Hangman.
Exactly. That's the swerve. I
Yeah.
don't know.
No,
I don't know.
It's going to be over 5 stars on the Meltzer scale, I think, the match.
It's going to be a 6-star match? Now,
Maybe.
there's only been a few of those.
I don't break the scale, but he does.
Well, one day you might.
At least maybe 5 1/4.
Do you think it's possible, Mike, for you to see a wrestling match? It doesn't have to be today. It doesn't have to be tomorrow. That you'll see one so good and you'll say, just very humbly, you'll be like, I once said that there can never be a better match than 5 stars, and that I don't even. It could be pick two random competitors, and you just end up saying to yourself, I think this one was better. Do you even think the day would happen?
I can just say it's the best match of all time. 5 stars.
Okay. I understand. So yeah, a little prequel, but it doesn't mean it breaks the scale.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Not all 5 stars are created equal.
Gotcha. I understand.
CM Punk comes out, an owner of a 5-star match himself. Against John Cena,
a couple, I think.
A couple, but
Samoa Joe.
John
also.
Cena one. That's what comes to mind.
Yeah.
Most recently, but he comes out, cuts a promo. They're all chanting for him, and he says, "I don't want you chanting my name because there's a man with a very good reason to not be here tonight. So please chant for Jon Moxley." And another big ovation. And Punk says, "Yeah, I know what it's like to go nonstop and fight through injuries, show up sick to work, and do all these things that just compound. And you want to help everyone, and be generous, but eventually you hit a point where you got to take yourself off the hamster wheel. And so I don't want to hear anyone criticize Moxley because I'm goddamn proud of him." And then he talks about another guy who's not here tonight, Eddie Kingston. And he's pissed off at him for interrupting that interview last week. And Punk says, "I don't have any beef, but you got something with me." He challenges him to a good old face-to-face on Rampage.
A good old face-to-face. The crowd chanting Full Gear in the background because they know when the matchup's taking place, baby.
Yeah. Punk's not booked for Full Gear, and, I mean, that's a great opponent in Eddie Kingston, so do it up. Then we cut backstage where the Young Bucks and Adam Cole get attacked by Christian and Luchasaurus, and the brawl just kind of spills out onto the stage. Christian grabs some chairs and hits a concerto onto Adam Cole. So I think,
big one.
are they going to have some sort of big multi-man match at Full Gear?
Well, check the photo. Check Tony Khan's photo. He was there at the Jaguars game. The clipboard. Yeah, check the clipboard. What does it say? What does the clipboard say? Oh no, I don't know. Because didn't we already got? I think we already got Cage Cole on an episode of Dynamite or Rampage or something.
I can't remember.
I feel like they did.
Probably.
But who knows? Who knows? Yeah, we could get the multi-man kind of again for the super, or not the super elite. Just what are they called? Super Click.
Super Click. Yeah, they got so many different variations
subsections. Yeah.
Of the group. Then we go to a AAA tag title match. We got FTR defending against Aerostar and Samurai Del Sol, who you may recognize as former WWE star Kalisto.
I did not. It was him. Until I did. Yeah, apparently I found out about that after the fact, but hey, way to go.
Yeah,
Del Sol. So does that mean
two-time U.S. champ?
Does Del Sol mean the sun?
I guess so.
Okay.
Yeah, we got Fuego Del Sol, and we got Samurai Del Sol.
Fun.
His finisher is the Solito Del Sol. But, anyway, Samurai looked pretty good here. Aerostar, he was a bit more sloppy. He looked like he fell on his head a couple times. It was kind of, I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
A little overly ambitious, fast-paced lucha style, just bodies jumping, flying everywhere. Samurai, he does hit that Solito Del Sol, his finishing move, but Dax breaks up the pin, hits it with a brainbuster on the floor. And then back in the ring, Cash reverses a roll-up from Aerostar, holds onto the tights and the ropes for double illegal leverage. Gets a 3 count. FTR retain the belts.
I think it's fun. They're really playing, I think, with these AAA titles, this kind of thing. The clash of styles, not the styles clash, the clash of styles between just
it's cool.
everyone, it's like, and even their gimmick wasn't the no kicks, no flips.
No flips, just fists.
Yes, that was the name of the, like kind of going against the style, and now they're the holders of the championships, which define the style.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of fun for everyone.
Now, did you see the Twitter controversy that happened after this match?
No.
So Samurai Del Sol.
Okay.
Afterwards, he tweets out. He's like, "Oh, thank you. I was praying to John Brody Lee before this match, and I'm so happy," and all this stuff. But within the tweet, he spelled John wrong. He put John instead of just Jon.
Okay.
And not a big deal to most of us, but then Chris Jericho tweets out, he's like, "You spelled his name wrong." And then his wife, Amanda Huber, starts tweeting out and kind of made a whole big deal out of it. It's like, wow, if you're going to try to name drop, at least spell his name right.
Wait, Amanda Huber was
Brody's
pissed
wife.
Pissed at who?
Pissed at Del Sol.
Really?
For tweeting, because she's, I don't know, all this stuff happened, and the implication seems to be that she thinks he's just name dropping him for clout, but I don't know. The whole thing got kind of weird, and nobody really looked good at the end of it. It just kind of blew up. Yeah, it was really weird.
No, that's weird.
I think it was just an innocent mistake.
I didn't hear about that. That's bizarre.
Yeah, the whole thing.
And looking at that Tony Khan Jacksonville Jaguars card, the only thing that's not lining up right now is CM Punk Wardlow.
Oh yeah, that's not.
And then Moxley Danielson.
Which would have probably
lined up, and then right now, the only last kind of question is it's Britt Baker versus who, and then Cody Rhodes.
Think it's Ty Conti, I think.
And then Cody Rhodes versus Black, Andrade, or Miro.
Yeah. Well,
we're pretty damn close though. We're pretty damn close.
Yeah,
Everything
we'll
else
know
is right.
by this time next week.
Amen. Yeah, we'll compare and contrast.
But then the Inner Circle come out to cut a promo on American Top Team, who come out to interrupt, led by Dan Lambert, of course. They kind of all take their turns insulting everyone, and Jericho does some more. He's just slut shaming on Paige Van Zandt here. And
this was bad.
Seems very 25 years ago kind of thing.
This segment was so bad.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Eventually, we just get the contract. We find out the members of the top team is going to be Paige, Sky, Junior Dos Santos, Andre Arlovsky, and Dan Lambert himself, who freaks out. But I had a feeling it was going to be him. Anyway.
Like, take everything Chris Jericho said out of the segment, fine. It hits like a baseline mark of fine because it lets me understand that this tag match is going down. And yeah, we felt like it was going to be Dan Lambert, kind of going into it.
Yeah.
But the whole thing was so bad.
Yeah, we barely know this Paige Van Zandt, and he's just like bullying her. And I don't know.
But she looked great. Who knows?
Oh yeah,
she looked fantastic. And I was also but it was because I was also hoping that we would get Paige Van Zandt involved in the match, and then kind of like the women's, kind of like an Inner Circle representative there. But we're also not getting it. This was just kind of like bad and disappointing.
Yeah, and who knows what the hell.
Is it trying to be edgy or trying to be funny? Because it was neither.
I think it's trying to do both. Yeah, I think Jericho is into that. He probably thinks it's funny.
Yeah, but I thought, isn't this guy supposed to be on fucking tour? Jesus Christ, he looks like a...
Yeah, I thought he was on a cruise a week ago.
Looks like a fucking bag of milk out there, this guy.
Oh, yeah. Jamie Hayter takes on Anna Jay in another TBS title tournament match here. Things are going pretty well for Anna Jay until Baker and Rebel at ringside just cause distractions, interference, which allows Hayter to hit a big lariat to get the win. But a bit of a disappointing ending and result there.
Well, thinking Anna Jay would go all the way?
Not all the way, just, I think she's a bit better than Jamie Hayter. Mm-hmm. Anyways, not that.
Well, leading down the line, though, this does mean the next matchup is between Hayter and Thunder Rosa.
Oh, okay.
And we've seen a lot of Anna Jay in recent weeks.
Yeah. And I think Thunder Rosa's the pick to win that match anyways, so not a big deal. Afterwards, they all beat down Anna Jay, so her partner in crime, Ty Conti, comes out to help, but they're still outnumbered until Thunder Rosa comes in to chase off the heels.
Because Ty Conti's not like an official member of the Dark Order.
I guess not.
I don't think so.
Pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much she is.
Yeah. MJF comes out after to cut a promo and talking about Darby Allin, and Darby's just sitting in the crowd watching and talks about two of them being the pillars of this company, but then he switches, starts insulting him, calls him a glorified stump man, an incel, all those things, promises to beat him at Full Gear. And then Darby responds, and I mean, the gap in their promo ability is pretty glaring. MJF just destroys him on the mic here, but Darby, he comes towards the ring. MJF goes to leave, but then Sting blocks him, so Darby, MJF, they have a big brawl into the crowd. Darby clears the way and just hits a running clothesline, runs 100 yards, knocks both men over the barricade. Then he looks for the coffin drop, but MJF runs away.
Yeah, this has show stealer written all over it. This Full Gear bit. I don't know. This cemented itself into a shooty nominee for me. Promo of the year. All this stuff MJF was going on about being like the pillars, but those two guys being a little bit different than the other two.
Yeah,
fucking spot on. It was exactly that. Both, Darby Allin had stretches of time where he stole the night for like 3 months in a row.
Oh yeah, he's great in the ring, but I think Darby's promo is still not that. His delivery is not too convincing for me.
He's not there yet, but MJF.
Yeah. MJF's the best.
Makes up for it,
so.
and while also having those huge matches against the biggest people in the company.
Yeah, when the bell rings, it's going to be excellent. That's all that matters.
Yeah, this could steal a show of Full Gear. Watch out!
Yeah, look out! Andrade El Idolo takes on Cody Rhodes up next, and it seemed to be a bit more positive reaction for Cody here tonight.
Where were we? Were we close to his hometown?
I wasn't. Yeah, I didn't pay attention to that, but definitely a bit more cheers this week.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the match was good, hard fought. Once again, Cody does the double underhook on the arms, teasing that pedigree. But this is when Andrade's manager, Jose, he tries to interfere. So Arn goes after him. Cody goes for a suicide dive on Andrade, but FTR end up popping up from under the ring and hit Cody midair with the Triple A titles. Impressive timing to just, boom, pop up, pop back, hit him with the belt, all within the timing of a suicide dive.
Well, they were hitting under the ring, It's scurry back there.
That's what they do. They scurry away. Andrade takes advantage, follows up with the hammerlock DDT, and gets a 3 count. Big win for Andrade.
Yeah, huge win for Andrade, but a lot of shadiness going down.
Yeah, wasn't squeaky clean, but afterwards they beat down Cody some more until the Lucha Brothers run out, make the save.
So this happened, I guess at some point. Did I miss this? They were really putting it over on commentary that Andrade has a business relationship with the Pinnacle. Do you remember this happening?
I remember a week. I don't know. Whenever FTR were the mystery partners for Andrade.
Oh, okay. Was was Tully out there with him?
No.
Okay.
No,
okay.
But after
so
the match, Andrade paid MJF or something. He's like, "Thanks for letting me borrow these guys."
Right. So there's some kind of financial transaction. Remember, because both Pinnacle,
some sort of working relationship.
So because remember, both the Pinnacle and Andrade's gimmicks are that they are inexplicably wealthy. And everything they do generates cash. Like, what are you doing to generate money? You work
trading wealth, trading services.
We know you work for AEW. We get that. But other than that, who's paid?
I don't know. He's got these fancy suits and leather masks. He's
got nice pants. He's wearing every week.
Very nice. But let's go to this main event of the show. Orange Cassidy taking on Miro, stepping in for this World Title Eliminator semifinal match. Who's going to go to Full Gear? I mean, you still got Cassidy, still got those ribs taped up ever since that ladder match from a few weeks back. Took a lot of bumps there. But, he's still doing his shtick. He's fighting against Miro. Miro's got the power advantage, though, wearing him down. But Orange Cassidy has his comeback. He hits a big dive off the top rope. I think him and Miro go crashing through a table. They fall into it. And then back in the ring, he picks up Miro, hits the beach break. Big 2 count there. Miro kicks out. So he tries to hit the orange punch, but Miro flips him over, hits the Machka kick, and then locks in the game over. Forces Cassidy to tap out. So Miro advances to face Bryan Danielson in the finals.
He just demolished Orange Cassidy. I think after the match, Bryan Danielson comes down to the ring. They do a little face-to-face.
Yeah, that should be excellent match.
Yeah.
I'm sure they fought in WWE, but this will be
Miro, of course, Bryan Danielson goes for the handshake. Miro says, not today. Does the cool sliding my hand over my head thing.
Yeah.
In a banger of a match and setting up. Yeah, I mean, we only have 10 days to. It's funny when a match is thrown on you unexpectedly. I think we had been thinking before, like, who? Moxley, Danielson. That's the way this bracket's gonna fold out. And now it's like, whoa, nope.
Yeah,
It's something totally different. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it'll be a damn good match either way.
Yeah, it will be no shenanigans. Love to see Daniel Bryan go over.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. But one of these days, I feel like Lana's going to show up. So if you ever needed shenanigans, you got that in your pocket.
And then the Bella, whichever.
yeah.
Who's his Bella? Brie Bella? No.
Yeah, Brie Bella.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then she comes out.
But we'll talk about that more next week when we preview the Full Gear card in full.
The Full Gear card in full. That's not weird to say at all. That was all the that was all the wrestling time we have. There has to be more releases. What is this? The fifth releasing? I can't believe that we started recording mere hours. Like these professional wrestling superstars, these wrestling superstars, Mike, as you and I are speaking right now, are emotionally dealing with the pain of being released from your job. In some cases, your dream job.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, some of these people never even really got a chance to get started.
Like Trey Baxter. What happened to Trey Baxter?
Wait a minute. I've got more breaking news.
Oh, my Lord. Jesus Christ.
I'm seeing Karrion Kross now.
Karrion Kross!
Before, yeah.
They put
all that time wasted in NXT, that big title reign.
They put that man in a fucking mask.
Yeah.
Then released him. That means 2 of the last 3 NXT champions are gone. If we do, you know what I'm saying.
We've got a couple of reactions rolling in here. Scarlett just says officially free to work in 30 days.
30?
30 days.
They didn't even give her a 60.
Yeah. And Ember Moon says all I can do is laugh. A bit more sad, but hopefully I think Ember Moon would be a good pickup for any company, really.
Yeah, she's a win. Karrion Kross is going to Impact.
Oh, yeah.
Keith Lee is coming to AEW.
Does Eva Marie have a home?
No.
I know.
Eva Marie came in for 6 months and did the same gimmick that nobody liked, and then now she's gone. Is that what happened?
Yeah. This was, I don't know. I guess this is the quarterly ending, and they wanted to get all these releases done for the big fiscal year. I don't know. So. It's year end, folks. We're doing inventory.
Yeah, we're doing inventory. We're doing inventory at the end of the year. It's that thing, when like a surplus. You don't want the surplus, or else your boss won't give you that big of a thing next year. You gotta we gotta spend the money. That was it. That's the Professional Wrestling Week. God, I hope no one gets fired after we stop recording, because it seems like the firings just keep coming. Or the releases, let's say. Let's finish off the show. Let's give you a Wrestler of the Week.
It's the Wrestler of the Week. Wrestler of the Week. Of the Week. Of the Week. The Wrestler of the Week. Of the Week. Of the Week. Wrestler of the Week. Of the Week. Of the Week. The Wrestler of the Week.
do it.
I'm gonna kick.
I'll lead us off
Ooh,
this week.
give it to me.
I will give it to you. This wrestler's been on our radar for a long time. She's won a couple shooties, and she's shooting up the charts. She's now on the main roster. Let's give it to Shotzi. Just Shotzi.
Just Shotzi now.
Just Shotzi. Yeah, Blackheart was cool, but I'll be fine. Shotzi's still unique.
Wow,
only
your voice fell to the floor.
I mean, Blackheart, if they're turning her heel, isn't Blackheart a great heel name?
That's a good name. It's also just like a name. Like, it's a name. Fucking deal
Yeah.
with it. Let her personality reflect. The name doesn't have to reflect if you're a good guy.
Yeah, people have surnames.
People have names in the real world.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shotzi, with the big match against Charlotte Flair, of course, but you're not getting the win. This week, I'm giving my Wrestler of the Week to another shooty winner, but not a performer that we've seen in a little bit. One half of the AEW tag, the Butcher himself. We're giving the Wrestler of the Week to the Butcher, Andy Williams. Why? Because for 5 years... 5 years and 2 drummers, I've waited for the new Every Time I Die album, and it finally came out. That's why he's not spending time on TV. It's because he's too busy crafting rock and roll art, rock and roll mastery. They've done it again.
Rock and roll, or is it like deathcore?
They've done it again, god damn it. Every Time I Die, every album is better than the last, somehow. 10 albums in now. Check it out. It's called Radical.
They have 10 albums, even with a 5-year break?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sorry. 9, folks. I'm sorry. Just 9.
Either way.
And just 9. Either way.
Okay. And that just about wraps it up, I think.
That just about wraps it up. Thanks for listening to the show. Rate, review, like, subscribe. The show is everywhere. And tune in next week because it's our full gear go home. And AEW, they know how to throw a party.
That's right.
They really do.
So wind your watches, get those gears in motion because it's coming.
It's coming, and daylight savings too, I think. Thanks for listening, folks. Mike,
How perfect.
you take care of yourself.
Okay. See you next time.